Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mad Useful Crypto. On today's episode, we'll be discussing Olympus, otherwise known as Olympus DAO. What is a DAO? A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. Let's go to Google because Google is your friend, and then Google what a DAO is. But before we do that, let me give you my definition of what a DAO is. A DAO is an organization that is community ran, where the community actually votes on a lot of the protocols, benefits, or procedures. Those DAO members have voting interest in a collective, usually for a blockchain company, to deciding the future of the DAO. But here's the official definition. So a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, sometimes called as a decentralized autonomous corporation, and it's an organization represented by the rules encoded as a computer program that is transparent, controlled by organization members, and not influenced by a central government. But that's Wikipedia. Let's see what Ethereum.org says. DAOs are member-owned communities without centralized leadership, a safe way to collaborate with internet strangers. Interesting definition. So the leader or de facto head of Olympus is actually Zeus, just like it is in Greek mythology. Olympus DAO is head is Zeus, or at least the creator of Olympus DAO. So what is Olympus DAO? A decentralized reserve currency. Here's the treasury balance, 721 million. Total value locked is 2.9 billion and is paying out this really high APY of 4,783%. Believe it or not, because this project has been out now getting close to a year, this APY has went down significantly because they have to make it sustainable. And as all of these numbers continue to balloon and grow, this APY will probably continue to drop further. But if you look at voting platforms like Snapshot, people that are involved with the Olympus project and have already been investing in the Olympus project are probably the reason why this has went down too, because different initiatives and votes have been passed that have made this APY go down to be more sustainable. Of course, Olympus dropped Olympus Pro, which is bringing protocol-owned liquidity to other DAOs, because a lot of forks were inspired by Olympus. Olympus is the OG. Wonderland, Jade, Klima, Hector, all of these are forks of Olympus, or in some cases, spoons of Olympus. Don't worry about my MacBook. It's not going to die on me. So this is one thing that I gave the Olympus team props when I was on their AMA. Definitely make sure that you sit in on their AMAs as well, because the team is very open about talking about different things that are going on with the protocol, the future of the protocol, et cetera, et cetera. But Ollie's apps allows you to swap any asset into staked variations of OHM. So you will get what is known as SOHM or staked OHM when you go ahead and use the Ollie's app or a Liz app feature that's based in Olympus DAO. This allows you to take maybe a coin that you may have on Avalanche, because Olympus is also on the Avalanche chain as well, and zap maybe magic internet money, which is pegged to the US dollar, and zap it for Olympus and get yourself some Olympus without having to come to Ethereum. It makes gas fees easier. Instead of paying multiple gas fees, you could just pay a smaller amount in gas fees, because the Ethereum-based gas fees are very high. We know this. So rather than paying $300 or something even higher in gas fees, this allows you to pay a less amount. So how does Olympus work? So you have a treasury. This is built up of bond and LP fees and other assets that the Olympus team chooses to invest in. Treasury inflow is used to increase the treasury balance and backs outstanding OHM tokens and regulates the APY. Staking rewards allow you to compound the Olympus token, so of course you can earn more coin. So here's the current staking value. It's at 4,783%. This goes up and down, but it's pretty stable. And here's how it works, right? The more people that are staked, the APY typically goes down. The less people that are staked, the APY goes up to then account for those people that have unstaked. And it explains it right here. So I always encourage you all, join the Discord. They even have Olympus Weekly where you can get updates on new products, features, and events and everything like that. Here's some of the products that they offer, of course. Here's a great place to learn. Go to the docs. What is Olympus? They even have a video right here for you. What is Olympus? How does staking work? How does bonding work? What is 3-3? You've been seeing 3-3. This is where all of these things started with 3-3s. Watermelon. I don't know. They have all types of things now. Tree, 4-4. All of these things that you've been seeing with these on Twitter. It started here with 3-3 game theory, and they have a really good breakdown of how 3-3 works. And it's actually in a chart. I mean, a diagram that they did have on here. I've seen it before. I just can't pull it up right now just because I'm doing this in real time. But definitely comb through these docs. Definitely check out everything that Olympus is talking about in here. Get a good familiarity with some of the partnerships that they have, the protocol internals. And then also make sure that you check out their Medium because they do post a lot of stuff on their Medium. Definitely new updates that are happening with the project. So Arbitrum, how to bridge your geome. And we'll get into what geome is and how geome works. Protocol liquidity and earn staking rewards. So now they're saying that, they've bridged over to the Arbitrum layer 2. They have Olympus Give, which now allows you to redirect your yield and give it to charitable organizations. So they have Olympus Give now that they've already released, and we'll go into the protocol and look at that. So there's plenty of things that you can look at on here. You can go back and read about the migration and how they moved to Geome and put a lot of different things out there around the protocol. But let's actually go back. We'll come here and we're back on the actual main website. Check out their Twitter. Check out their Telegram. They have their GitHub link here. They have YouTube videos that actually show a lot of the different things about Olympus. And here's their Reddit. So make sure that you check out all of these. Honestly, the more information that you always have, the better. Make yourself extremely informed before you make investments. Always try to get as much knowledge and information about the team, the contracts, how the protocol works, the future of the protocol. Do as much research as you can. So let's go ahead and enter the app. And of course, I'll have the links in the description for how to get into the project. So if we look at Olympus, the inner workings of Olympus, you see the bondings pairs over here. Here's the Frax pair, which is actually good right now. If you have some Frax, this would be a good time to bond. Staking, of course. Here's the give feature. Here's where you can actually wrap. Here's the bridge, Olympus Pro, forum, governance, which will probably take you to Snapshot, and then the docs, of course. And then, of course, they have their Medium, their Twitter, Discord, GitHub, everything right there. So if we look at protocol, like all of these things that you're seeing at the bottom, right, is all of the information, the stats for the entire protocol. So here's all the metrics that go along with it. Here's the total value deposit, market value of the treasury assets and how they're broken down. So if we hover over it, you can see how much of the treasury assets, DAI, Frax, ETH, Sushi, LUSD, risk-free treasury value of the treasury assets. And you can see what those pairs are as well, Frax, DAI, LUSD. And then here is the protocol-owned liquidity, and this based on Olympus and DAI. Here's the runway available. So this, if you hover over it, it shows you what the current APY is. It shows you at the different levels how many days it can be sustainable at these different levels. So what this is showing you is that if it was to go up to 7,500, APY, that could be sustainable for 300 days, 5,331. And if it dropped down to 2.5 KAPY, then 403. So this is the current runway that's available. So the current APY that they're paying out right now is sustainable for another pretty much a year, which is great. Here's the market cap, extremely high, 3 billion. Here's the price of GOHM, and here's how it's calculated. It's the price of staked OHM, or this price right here that you see where it says OHM price, times the index. And here's the current index. So if you multiply this by this, then you get the GOHM price. Here's the backing per ohm. It's at $96. And here's the circulating supply total. So if you've been watching any of my videos, you know about bonding, you know about staking. So I'll quickly run through those features. So let's decide that we want to stake. Here's different farm pools that you can take advantage of on different chains. So you can actually, here's staking on Trader Joe with a pair of GOHM and AVAX. And then here's Arbitrum, staking on Sushi, GOHM and Wrapped ETH. And then staking on Sushi on Polygon, GOHM and Wrapped ETH. And you can see the total value locked is very high on each of these platforms. So if you don't want to stake on Ethereum because of the sky high gas fees, you don't really have to. You have other options with Arbitrum, AVAX, Avalanche, of course, and then Polygon, which all have very lower gas fees. So rebases happen every 8 hours. What a rebase is the value that you will get paid out after those 8 hours for the amount that you have staked. And I'll show you a live example of that. So in the next 1 hour, 14 minutes, there'll be a rebase, which means that you're earning more Olympus. So if we connect our wallet, and let me go ahead and connect mine. We'll switch to the Ethereum mainnet. Let's see, it looks like I got some ETH in this account. So let's connect the wallet. Hit next. Cool. And now we can actually stake. So you see this toggle, right? You can toggle between staking for SOHM or GOHM. SOHM is staked OHM. It's pretty much Olympus that is staked in the protocol. GOHM is governance OHM. And GOHM allows you to participate in governance of Olympus. So you can just stake and earn your rebases, or you can stake for GOHM, which will still earn you rebases and you can still make some money, but you can now have say in the Olympus platform and vote on some things that they may propose and vote on some proposals for the platform. So you could toggle between that by just hitting that. So the unstaked balance I have is 0. Whenever it's going to be your first time staking, you have to hit the approve and then complete the Ethereum transaction. So let's just, for humor, because I know the transaction fee is going to be pretty high. Actually, no, it's not. It's only $27, but this will allow you to go ahead and begin staking. I don't have any ETH in this particular wallet just because I've been making some different transactions with NFTs. So sorry about that. I've been buying up NFTs, and I'll make a video on some NFTs, and I'll probably do an OpenSea Rarible review video and just going over how to create NFTs, how to look for some really interesting NFTs and tools that you can use to help you scout NFTs and start flipping NFTs. But that's what I've been doing. So that's the only reason why I don't have a lot of ETH in this wallet. I actually just got involved in a pre-mint for a pretty exclusive collection. So here's the ROI 5-day rate, 5.44%. This is what you'll earn over a 5-day period. So you can easily see how you can make some pretty good passive income with this type of reward rate. And you can use any type of number that you want, whether that's 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, and kind of simulate what you possibly could be getting. Some of the protocols that we reviewed before actually have a calculator. I don't see one on the Olympus site, but you can manually do the calculations given these percentages and these numbers and everything. So if we go to bonding, here is the current Olympus price. So bonding gets you a discount. So if you bonded Frax, for example, here's how much you would pay per Olympus versus this. So you get a nice discount. Usually these bonding options have, unless you were early in the project, I haven't even seen them positive for a while. Sporadically, they are positive. But this is a really great ROI for Frax. So if you got Frax, now would be a great time to bond. I'm kind of kicking myself because I had a ton of Frax about a month ago, and I really wish that the ROI rate was like this, because I would have definitely bonded in with this Frax ROI rate, because it's really great. It's really good right now. So if we come to wrapping, right? So wrapping takes your SOM and it puts it into GOM. Why would you want to wrap? So this is not tax advice, and this is just solely what I've been told. So take that with a grain of salt. Wrapping your tokens makes your rebases non-taxable. So what is a taxable event? In crypto, you're taxed when you sell your asset. So if you were to sell your Olympus or sell your GM, of course, you know that you have to pay taxes on that. Well, that's in the United States, at least. You have to pay taxes on that. All of the sales from any profits that you get, you have to pay taxes for that. Even on your rebases, they're taxable. And this is arguable amongst attorneys. So that's why I always say, please consult your own professional tax attorney. Let them explain it to you, because they might tell you I'm dead wrong, that rebases are not taxable. But how it's been explained to me by my peers is that for each rebase that you earn every single 8 hours, that money that you get is taxable. So by wrapping it to GOM, you can still earn the rebases that you can with SOM, because GOM doesn't increase in the amount of tokens that you have, but it increases in value. So even though you won't see your Olympus going from 1 to, let's say, 5, by holding GOM and by wrapping your SOM to GOM, you will still have the monetary value of the 5, but the Olympus that will actually display will only be 1. I know that might sound confusing, so please rewind it and watch this video as many times until you really understand the concept. Your GOM will not increase in the amount of tokens, but its value will go up, meaning that you will receive the benefit of rebases without the tax burdens. And you can actually increase the value of your holdings without increasing the value of your tokens, which would make it taxable with the rebases. Like I said, that's not financial advice. I myself consult tax attorneys, and I myself speak to CPAs. And of course, the tax code is always changing every single place. So always make sure that you're constantly staying up to date when it comes to your finances. So that's just, like I said, what I've been told. And that's just what, the advice that's been given to me. Take it with a grain of salt. Come over here and take a look at the bridge. Of course, they're using the Synapse bridge, and this is how you can bridge GOM from Ethereum to Avalanche, so on and so forth. Won't go too much in depth in that. Definitely always read the docs. We come over here to governance real quick. Here is a snapshot. Here's how you can vote on some of the proposals. So here's one of the proposals, OIP-62A, liquidity proposal. And you can read over this in your leisure. And then you can, after you've read over this proposal, people, of course, use the Olympus that they have to be able to vote on these changes to the protocol. So you get to participate in Olympus DAO. Let's take a quick look at Olympus Pro. And we covered this a little bit in my liquid driver video. So if you haven't seen that, please go back and take a look at that. But we covered Olympus Pro a little bit in that video. And then, of course, let's open up the give section real quick. So you can give to any of these organizations that are listed, and you can donate the yield that you will receive from your rebases directly for a good cause. And of course, these have their own benefits when it comes to taxes as well for you. And this is a really cool thing that Olympus is doing. And on this tab, you can see the donations that you've made. So here's Olympus Pro. Here's the total liquidity bonded. And you can see a lot of the bond options that you do have. And of course, there's great benefits, as you can see. Look at the ROI. There's great benefits for participating in the Olympus Pro program. And there's tons of options for you here as well. More options than the traditional bonding option. So if you are so inclined, check out some of these. And if you guys want me to make a specific video that's really in-depth on Olympus Pro, we can go over Olympus Pro and do a deep dive on Olympus Pro. But that pretty much wraps the video. Check out Olympus DAO. See what they've got going on. See what Zeus and the team have been working on. And if you want to make passive income, this is a great way to do so. Thank you guys for tuning in to Maduseful Crypto. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell notification so that you can be notified when any new video comes out. We're showing you great tips in DeFi and crypto in general. Take care.